Hello? It's not capturing the game audio. Oh, game capture. Can you please capture the game audio? Oh, game capture. Was turned on and off again. No? Huh. They said it's an experimental feature. Hmm. Okay, what if we do this? Huh. We're gonna restart the game real quick. I think I know what did it. I put it into windowed mode. Instead of non-exclusive full screen. Two very different things. I guess that worked that time. I think so. I think so. Nope. Weird. I guess I'll like restart the game. Seems to be the idea there. Let's give it the good old Alt F4. It wouldn't be a day in my life if it wasn't for at least one computer fighting me. But that's okay. They just know I'm up for a challenge, you know? I'm one of the few that can take it. Oh. It's starting up. We're gonna experience the full richness of Hitman. I'm not just waking up and trying to capitalize on Twitch drops. Which I'm not sure. I think one of the drops you can just watch and you get it. One of them requires that you support me, and I'm not sure what they mean past. I'm not sure. Look into that before you up any money, I guess. Really, it's just it reminded me that Hitman exists, and I was like, oh yeah, Hitman's fun. I like Hitman. I like Hitman. Hitman fun. Interesting. The audio cut out again, I think, for the game. Most strange. What's the dog-looking doctor doing to my bones? Crunching them. Hitman peak. Let me do application audio capture. Nyawing. We're nyawing. This game went damn silent on me. I tell you. I tell you. It did. Is there a psyop happening to me right now? I believe so. Do I sound okay? Hi, y'all. I'm psyoping you. You sound fine. Okay. Let me do like window capture instead of game capture. Hold on. Yeah, no, you're good. It would be like really bad. You'd be able to tell. I'd sound all like choppy and weird. Okay, let's try this. Okay, and then back over here. That's so weird. It's just not capturing the audio from this game at all. Oh wait, I haven't transitioned the scene over, have I? No, I did. No, I did. But I added that to the Hitman. Shit, man. All right, let's take away all the captures. Let's close the game. Let's move the thing over here. Delete the game capture. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at my windows. Sometimes when I have this issue, I have to either turn on/off and reselect the window in the capture list, or deleting and remaking might work. Word. Yeah, it's just not capturing it's not finding an audio sync for it when it should. Yeah. I'll give that a shot. The vibes are crystal clear today. I feel good. I feel patient. Thank you, Oracle. You're welcome. All right, game capture. Okay. Should be quiet right now. Then there we go. Happy days. Imagine you shaking up a baggie of bones and spilling them out onto a table and declaring the vibes. Yeah. So this campaign, I would do that. I would like to do that. Shake up the little bones. Imagine the sound. Shaky, shaky. I want to look at the offerings. The offerings on offer. So the splitter pack is on, apparently, which, as someone who may or may not have borderline personality disorder, I like that. I like the name of that. You know, the splitter. So that's pretty cool. I have these DLCs because, of course, I do. I love Hitman so much. And apparently you can do stuff with us either watching, I think, or supporting me on Twitch to get these items. I'm not exactly sure. I do have some links. I think I set a bot to drop in the chat that have more information about that. But I don't really care, and I know no one here right now is really here for that, so I'm just going to go to Sapienza because I need to unlock some stuff on here. I haven't played this mission very much. Oh yeah, I had to edit my stream elements like Autobot that had all of our had everyone on it because like a bunch of people stopped streaming, so now it just says check out Sam. Let's see, what do we got? I guess we do escalation. The escalation illumination. Yeah, I turned mine off. Yeah. Fair. The Greek fire suit always reminds me of God, what's his fucking name? The guy from Arrested Development. Not Tobias Funke, but the magician. Hmm. The clown suit is so funny. It's my favorite. Low poly is really good too. But also clown is just so... No one would believe you. It's like Bill Murray showing up and taking your french fries or whatever. What are some of the challenges here that I haven't done? Eliminate a target with the church bell. Assassinate your target from the church tower with a sniper rifle and do it all in your suit. I think I could do that, actually. No one would believe you. Actually, the ruins might be a better place to put this. I think that's maybe close by. No. No, I don't want to do that. I think I'll do this one. Do it all in your suit, they say. Okay. Okay. Yo, Monster Rancher 2 is stuck in my head. That game is strange. I'm wondering about... What do we name that guy? Dennis? I know we named our guy Maynard.
But off 100 we fiending for murder. Folks tried to run, but he couldn't make it further. Caught with his bitch, but I ain't wanna hurt her. Think this shit a game, we take you off the server. Could take your friend, I want bill for a worker, you tripping. That shit ain't a part of my nature. Go catch if you want, be in my circle, can't swim with the sharks who gonna die on the surface.
Will you stop doing that? It's weird. Hello there.
I was just enjoying my raps that I hear in my head from Joe Biden. It's a lovely day to have a mental illness like that. It's a lovely day. Lovely, lovely day to have a mental illness like that.
So hot.
Hello there. I'll have one cappuccino and two scoops.
I don't have...
One pistachio
I'll have
and one zupa and
I want a fucking scoop. I want a big fucking... I want a big scoop of chocolate ice cream. Looks like fucking shit. You've been recorded by a security camera. Damn it. They know now. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what he doesn't know, you know? He doesn't know. Take a chill. Ha. Can I even assassinate the guy I need to kill from here? Probably not. Should probably do this on like
in West
the actual
Philadelphia,
mission.
born and raised. On the playground was where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing. All cool and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared, she said. You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
I'm so surprised it said all of that. It actually went through and said all that shit. Holy. That's really good. I got in one little fight, my dick got scared. I got in one little fight, my dick got small. Neighborhood. In my neighborhood. Same. He got so excited.
Welcome to Sapienza 47. Silvio Caruso's family home is right across the square. The bioengineer suffers from acute travel phobia, so the Ether Corporation has installed a state-of-the-art field laboratory somewhere below ground. Expect security levels to rise as you get closer to the virus. Good luck, 47.
Virus.
Hey, what's up?
Clowning around, you know. Just clowning around. Tourists. Fucking tourists. Destroying the virus. They caught the They got the clown on the security camera. Good lord. I got in one little fight. My mom got scared. Dude, this clown choked me out yesterday. Yeah, dude. He rapped the Prince of Bel-Air theme right before he squoze my neck so hard I fell asleep. I woke up in a cooler, in a freezer even. I got in one little fight. Dump. Now that's efficiency. See, he's fine. He's okay. Game might be a little quiet. Okay. Nice. Any more security cameras around here? No? Seems like it's going okay. Might be more up there. Be careful, you never know. Neighborhood. They don't have one all the way up here. And there's nobody working up here either. Alright, we got a clown in the tower. I'm actually playing campaign mode, so I can save here. Retrieve the sniper rifle. Locate the target. Oh, ain't no way. Yeah! Got one right there.
Target down. Next up, Silvio Caruso.
Actually, do you think we could get the other guy even? And when they say searching, do they mean all the way over here searching? Because I might have to hop off a ledge. Like, do they know though, you know? That guy definitely knows. That guy's a knower. Let's see what they do. Let's use this as a learning experience. Is he like coming over here? Oh shit. Oh shit. This guy knows forensics. Okay. We gotta hide. Oh come on, I can't. Okay. Well, he's coming right up here, huh? I have to pull some clown tactics on this guy that he hasn't seen before. He's not ready for this.
Take him down.
Heard nothing. Oh god, they all know. They all know. They all know. It's bad, dude. It's bad. Call mom, they know.
Target down. Next up, Silvio Caruso.
Then we fucking dip. Because now we know. That guy doesn't know. Not a clue. Oh, don't tell me he's gotta poop. I'm sorry, dude. Clown. Disguise yourself as the Bohemian.
I have to poop so bad. Oh my god, there's a clown in here.
Dude. Weed spotted. That dude knows how to roll a fucking joint. Look at that. There's a fake Finding Nemo in this game. This really is a drops enabled kind of stream, isn't it? Just staring at cigarettes. Thumbnail. You know about the rule of thirds, Agent 47? No one can quite ascertain what it does, but it's said to hold mystical power. They get you many upvotes on Reddit. Dude, they need to add a weed mod where you can smoke the weed. Dude. Shit would be crazy. Is he ever visible from this part? I don't feel like he is. But maybe. This music rocks. I thought maybe, you know? I like when the music slows down. I do the instinct thing. Is there a way I can, like, freak people out over here? Huh, look, guy begging to be shot. Could I just, like, pick off all the guards? No. I'm fucking vibing right now, though. I kind of don't want to leave. "47. You've been in this room quite a long time." Yeah. Yeah. That's great. I didn't just see a clown with a sniper rifle run past. That couldn't have happened. So I'm just gonna continue working. Okay, let's look at some of the challenges. Maybe that'll give us some, like, hints. Push him off a cliff. Put his body through the shredder. Shoot down his plane with an antique cannon. Holy. Okay. Wait, there's no church bell here. Where is? There is. Kinda heard it. Well, this is boring. I gotta get down there, huh? Alright. Now, this is the third time today I've seen a clown with a sniper rifle just run past my window, I swear. Janine, did you put something in my coffee? It had to be done, okay? We had to destroy the evidence. And take his propane. I'm just gonna release the chandelier for no reason. I saw that, I'm telling on you. To who? To whom? Wait, what is this guy's? Is this guy just like a businessman? He's a bodyguard. Fresh disguise. My mom. Bro, what if you told my mom? You could. I'm the bodyguard. I'm the bodyguard.
Hey, where are you? Rocco!
Rocker. Rocker.
You need to get down here now!
Excuse me, ma'am. Your dog is killing people.
Relax. It's all good. Just gotta put some pants on.
No, you should relax. That attitude. I got you this job.
Mission story revealing. You should have gone to work today, Rocco.
Temporary.
Hey, show some respect. That weirdo is our boss and pays the rent. So get your act
Give me the
together,
key.
help out with funds, or that weirdo will kick you out the door before you know it. Okay.
We'll just have to leave that behind. Oh, fuck.
Hey, mister, you're not a... That's live ammo!
Oh, shit. Oh, God, oh, fuck. Alright, I got a new plan. We reload from here.
Target down. Next up, Silvio Caruso.
That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy if I could have shot him from there, man.
They didn't let me, man. They didn't let me. Well, unfortunately, it didn't go through the wall there. Which is why he didn't react to the bullet landing near his feet. Yeah. It's really hard to tell from this distance, though.
Your first day at work.
Relax. It's all good.
Being late for your first day at work is actually a really good power move. Am
So for the rest of your life,
is this guy a goon?
come on, you gotta think big, sis.
Explosive golf ball.
All this here is just temporary.
Call off on my first day to assert dominance. Always. God damn it. Finally. And no one noticed that, right? And no one's coming to investigate that, right? You are. She's like, huh? Oh, she's begging for it, dude. Victim blaming. Duh. Key card obtained. Getting Italian up in here. Expired can of spaghetti sauce. They really run a tight ship over here. Alright, what do we got? Challenges. Shred him. I could simply shred him. Okay, okay. Wait. Interesting. Pacify him with a cannabis joint? Oh god. We didn't grab the joint this time, did we? Let's do one more reload, one more redo. One more, I swear. Guys, Sam's doing Mario Monday later. Holy cow. Holy Mario. Headshot. Boom.
Target down. Next
Okay, next.
Up, Silvio Caruso.
Next, what we gotta do is we gotta go in here. Okay, we do that. Go in here. Knock this guy out. Destroy the evidence. Grab this guy. Put him in here. Grab his gun. Grab my briefcase. Grab a crowbar. Grab a propane tank. Close this door. No, wait, no, but guy's not coming. Who cares? See nobody. Close that. Go over here. Run up the stairs. Open the door. Oh shit. Close the door. Yeah. Just enjoying his bathroom. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh fuck. Okay. I didn't think that locked onto him. We have obtained the Bohemian. Okay, go grab his weed. Got the weed. I'm gonna save. Commit.
Command, I'm here now and the area is clear. Over.
Huh? Who the
All
fuck?
clear.
Where the fuck?
Stand down.
Where? Where are you? Holy shit. Where's that guy? Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Is he like above me? I'm just gonna run. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Hey, get your butt into gear or you'll be late.
Relax. It's all good. Just gotta put some pants on.
Relax. It's all good.
Rest of your life. Come on, you gotta
Save again.
think big, sis. This, man, all this here is just temporary.
Oh, blah, blah. You've always got excuses, Rocco. Just like Dad.
Dude, look at what he was playing. He was playing fucking Hitman.
This job, and you promised me you'd do right this time.
Now this is the thumbnail.
Do this for me.
No, sous chef. It'd be so cool to have a neighbor that dressed in full clown 24/7. I like how you said it like fursuit, dressed in full fursuit, dressed in full clown. No wonder this dude's not ready for work. He's got a whole burrito waiting for him.
Devil! I really don't want to leave this job. What did you tell me?
Is there no security camera here? What the fuck? I already take it out? What the hell? I guess I destroyed the evidence earlier, so they're not active. Shut up, alarm. Unemployable, truly. And he's gonna hold that over her the rest of her life. He's like, well, I didn't go to work on time, and you got knocked out with a fucking propane tank by a crazed assassin. I was safe. I ate my burrito and played more Hitman. Because I thought big. And she's gonna be like, I'm never talking to you again. I'm gonna be late to gay work. I should probably save. I gotta cook food.
Hey, kitchen boss, what's cooking?
Where does he live? Where's his ciggies? Where's his ciggies?
Say,
Go ahead, sir.
Sorry, I still just really like bumping into people. Excuse me. It wouldn't be on the first floor. They're too fancy. Or the base floor. Bottom floor.
Hey, you look like you've seen a ghost, huh?
Do we have a description?
Why are they just freaking out now? Wait, what? What happened? Was it because I bumped into that guy? Medical cannabis. Cool. What do you mean target lockdown? Oh, he's running. Bro, he is fucking evacuating.
Got nothing on the stairs.
These guys suck at their job, just wandering around. No one's seen me. Not really trying. Well, let's watch them evacuate. Or not. I walked onto the second floor and fucking all hell broke loose. And no one cared. And no one fucking cared. Once again, no one cared. Bro, where'd he go? I'm just kind of fucking around at this point. Wait, what did it say? 369. Damn girl, fine. What the?
Command, watch your six. We got
Bro,
a casualty.
You have anything to do with this?
Bro, what the?
Hold right there, psycho! Eyes up!
Okay. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. Map. Wine cellar. Okay, Sylvia's bedroom is near Near the, like, the top of the thing.
You know, if I wasn't a badass bodyguard, I'd be a chef.
I'm a foodie.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh. It's a woman. I can't take her clothing. I can't take yours either. Oh shit. Too much confidence. Way too much confidence. Way too much confidence in my gameplay there.
Ah, good. Must mean the poison's working. Let's just hope the escaped critters haven't had time to multiply. That's a
Oh, they got a
lawsuit just
fucking
waiting to happen. I read
got a
law
fucking
books,
cat
too.
problem, it sounds like. Is there somewhere I can dump you, sir? Dump time. Get dumped. God. Does that just happen regardless? They're so touchy. Must have been something I did, like shoot that guy's wife. Let's look at the challenges again. Eye for an eye. Fireplace explosion. Push him off a cliff. Weeding the garden. Yeah, I could just put his body in the fucking shredder. It's true. The Heisenberg. Dump 3 bodies in an acid container while disguised in a hazmat suit. Interesting. Yeah, I've never just cooked food for him and rang the dinner bell. I've never done that. Trigger Silvio Caruso's evacuation. So I've never done that. I'm making the fucking alarm go off, so I guess I should just keep fucking around. Why not?
Caruso has specifically demanded this bottle today.
Just a little shortcut, boys. Oh. Leave nothing but a fucking trail of poop.
I'm sorry, you have to leave. We have a possible threat on our hands, but no need to be alarmed.
Grab a possible thread on the rain.
Roger, command. Nothing tangible.
Ignore the housekeeper with the briefcase running at full speed. It's nothing to do with you. There it is. The shredder. What's good? Mm-hmm. La 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 la. He got the Bartoli. Damn. Damn, he looks damn good. All this and he didn't have the key card, huh? What a guy.
I want your room now.
You want fuck you here now.
Yeah, that's it. Forceful, laconic, manly. Francesca likes it.
Laconic?
Still, I don't Marcus. I'm the one who calls, I'm the one who doesn't answer. Am I really gonna put myself out there for an older chick? No, I gotta think about this.
Dude, just fuck her. Who cares? Yeah, I was looking at his cake. What about it? Look, there he is. The man. The big man himself. The man who would recognize me as someone who doesn't work here. Just a hired goon who stands around with a crowbar. That's all. Oh, so I can fuck with this fireplace, huh? Somehow. I wonder. Is there like tanks that go to it somewhere? So what if I just throw this crowbar over here and distract everybody?
Sir, this is not a dump. Don't throw your litter on the ground.
Hey, let's just learn. Place joint. Weed.
Stop moving
Run.
now.
Then I run. I'm gonna kill this guy in a manly, direct, and laconic way.
Hey. We got a casualty.
Hey.
That's it. Let loose on that. Shoot the kill. Heard. Understood.
Bird. I haven't played this game in a long time, chat.
Well, I know where the sickies are.
Actually, I don't know if this is the right autosave, so I'm gonna go right here. We can even cook them spaghetti and then give them weed. Make them sick with spaghetti, make them smoke weed. It's like the Stuart Little mod for fucking Project Zomboid.
There was a dead rat under my bunk this morning.
Speaking of dead rats, there's a dead rat in that guy's bunk. That's crazy. Places weed. Yeah, how do you rig this baby to explode? Well, let's go cook him some sketty.
Hey, what's with the old gramophone?
They know. Alright, boys, how do I make spaghetti? Hey, bud. Overflow sink. He doesn't even wash his hands. Mansion key card, that's cool.
Man, I'm here now.
Guess I'll just ring the dinner bell.
My last gig was with the media tycoon based in Mexico City. Places like that, you can really sense the danger. This town,
Where's Le Chef? I guess I'd have to start like the mission story for that. Man, I see why I haven't gotten a lot of the challenges on this mission. It's they find out one of them's dead and the rest of the things are just kind of fucked up. I might be better suited to have shot that lady, shoot him as fast as possible, and then just get the fuck out. Because I've been in this map for too long. Long chat.
Hey, sir, this is a restricted area.
Sorry.
Good. Just keep going.
I was thinking about it a little. Just a little. Circumcision knife. Amputation knife. Which one of the challenges was it? Was it to kill him with the circumcision knife? Amputation knife. Okay. Dude, this is gonna be so fucked up when I'm about to do to this guy.
Lunch is served. Pasta bolognese. Via Caruso style.
This again. Well, you are tenacious. Oh, terrible. Just awful. My dear sweet mother will be turning over in her grave if she knew how you butchered her family.
Dude, he's got fucking issues. Raw chow. My grandmother would be turning over in her grave. He's so sad. Maybe he's gonna come over here. No. No. Alright, let's just slash this guy's fucking throat. Fucking tunnel system, god damn it. What a precarious position I find myself in. Going back over to the barbecue pit. I don't think anyone here is really ready for what I'm about to do to them, to be fair. Or maybe they are. Oh, he just smoked weed? Oh shit. He fucking fell down? Bro, that shit hit him, bro. How do you not notice that somebody just gave you a joint? Dude, he's freaking out. They hit the panic button. I want you to experience pure horror in your last moments. You smoke weed after never smoking it, and then the plague doctor comes up and stabs you in the fucking chest. Goodbye.
Take him down!
Psycho.
Gunfire. Stay alert.
Gotta go. It's good for me. It's good for me. It's a good thing for me.
Hey, get ready. We got trouble.
I got my b-ball. I got my b-ball cat. I'm not ringing this doorbell. I'm going in. I keep it. Bro, they're a little angry at me. Ooh. Where's this guy? What? Where am I? Church staff. Oh shit. I'm Catholic. They'll never stop a Catholic from leaving. Oh, I have to still destroy the virus. Sanguine, my brother. Sanguine, my brother. This dude, he's gonna know? He's a knower? Oh, it's because I'm trespassing. Trespass this. Bitch. Italian mode. I don't have any explosives. Hey guys, do you have explosives?
How you doing?
Fag. Caruso, assholes killing all the fish. I don't have a key card. Fuck. I'm so dynamic with it. I need to destroy the virus. What? Goodbye, briefcase. Oh, nope, it stays there. Perilous drop. I could still try to shred his body, but I'm trespassing, so hard. All those guys they know. They're knowers. They're mowers too. They're mowing knowers.
Hey, you finished spraying the backyard?
Yeah, you know, except for the area around old Miss Caruso's grave. I don't know.
Yeah, good thinking.
Say what?
I just wanted to take a dip in the pool. I just wanted to take a dip in the pool. I just wanted to take a dip in the pool.
You're in all sorts of trouble.
I'm in all sorts of trouble. I'm tired of this mission. I'm gonna go do freelancer. I swear I need to like watch a video on Sapienza because Jesus, I really don't like its sequence of events, I guess. Or that, or I just need to just plain old play it more. It's either one of the two. Alright, final mission. Let's go. Clown mode. Isle of Scale, Silent Assassin, no firearms.
We now know the Syndicate leader's current location. I've provided you with new intel.
Have you? Sweet tooth, dehydrated. Okay. So we have a silent assassin with no firearms thing, but a lot of these things are like, hey, sniper rifle kill. So I'm gonna do a timed hide and seek thing. We won't be able to do that, but it'll be fine. Let's get a crazy sniper rifle. Yeah, that one's crazy. That's officially a crazy sniper rifle. Clown sniping time.
Bon voyage, 47. Welcome to the Isle of Scale. We now know the leader's current location. However, as we don't know the exact description, this means you will have to do your own recon. But they are on high alert, so tread carefully or they will slip away. On the other hand, we do know this. They are here for an exchange. We also know that they have grey hair. They are wearing earrings. They are wearing glasses and wearing a necklace. We have further intel that informs us that the target suffers from dehydration. And last but not least, they have a sweet tooth. I hope this will help. Don't disappoint, 47. Good luck.
I was taking a selfie. What game using pronouns? Oh yeah.
Are those blindfolds? Maybe. It does add to the mood for sure. But I figure it's mostly about discretion. All it takes is one Joe
buy a gift for my
Schmo
wife
running
after the
his mouth.
transaction.
Social media's firestorm. Smoker, smoker. Neither of these people.
Is the art collector. I actually have a strong lead on the smoker franchise. If I ever apply for senior status, I'll
Delicate, creative black snowflakes can find what we do morally offensive. They're harder to find.
That Titan project? I
Right,
don't care if
hello.
they haven't built the rockets yet. I am not missing out on that fun.
Is this considered trespassing? Is it cool to be in here? Woke bathroom? Perhaps. Overflow fish tank button. Such restraint these people show.
Welcome, sir. I take it this is your
Evening.
first gathering? Would you like to know more about the Stronghold product line?
Yes.
The Stronghold series is our original and most popular initiative. Bright and spacious, our underground shelters are a far cry from the crude and utilitarian nuclear bunkers of the past. Situated 40 feet below the frozen tundra on Svalbard, able to resist all but direct meteor strike, the Stronghold Hive system features a public area, complete with bars and restaurants, a movie theater, and even an exercise stadium. Should I go on?
Sure, why not?
Each individual shelter features electricity, running hot and cold water, a jacuzzi, and high-end customizable interiors. Simply flick on the patented Kronstadt Industries hologram windows to a soothing natural view of your choosing, and the Stronghold shelter will feel like a home away from home. Would you like to know more?
I suppose so, yes.
Why are you standing so close to me? Keep your distance, please. You can choose between 3 models: the Gold class, the Platinum class, and finally the Super Deluxe Rhodium class, also known as the Core Suites.
Not in the mood for a sales pitch.
Not a problem. Feel free to look around all you want, sir.
It's probably tax deductible, right? How about you?
Sorry, I just have this tick. I have to get in a closet and then come back out.
Bedroom suite that I purchased
Not
back
good.
in 08 when the plans for the Arctic shelter were first announced.
Cool. Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't tell Clarence. If he finds out how much
Money I stashed away in Switzerland, I'll lose the other estate too.
Sure is a lot of green for an underground.
Hey yo. Hey yo. Wait, but my sniper rifle. I don't want to use the suspect camera. Glad no one was down here. Random sniper rifle. I don't know if we're gonna get that timed hide and seek objective. That's okay. Actually, I think we. Oops. Well. You know. You know how it goes sometimes. Yeah, I can hide in here. Engage in my tick. Satisfy my behavioral urges. Push the button. It's a bit overkill, but I am gonna kill these guys with a sniper rifle.
Huh?
They are so dead. Cannonball. I like the hide and go seek challenge. I gotta go hide in crates every once in a while. So fun. So goofy.
Are you kidding me? If the pressure drops,
He'll know.
the locking mechanism fails.
If he sees me, he'll know.
What sort of a maniac would lock herself?
Is it because this gun? Yeah, it's because of this honking gun.
Tech guys are the worst. Rob,
Hmm.
I mean, is it even safe? I see an accident rate.
Predators.
Well,
They don't waste time on
she's not
details.
crazy. I'm
I
sure she's
waste
got it
time
under
on
control.
details.
Sure about it? We don't see it. We don't have it.
But even Zoe won't endanger her peers.
Evidence report. Woke pronouns gaming. Let's go.
Yeah. Back in
Yeah.
the day, it was just
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Next time, somebody tells you to get hand-carved ice cubes from her head. She said, right, sir.
Glad it's not me this year, chasing tokens around like a sucker.
tourist.
A sucker.
Would you believe this isn't even the weirdest place?
Yeah. Yeah, I can go in
The
here.
product doesn't even matter. People practically line up to fill their garages.
I wonder how
People practically line up to fill their anus with shit. We will do. We don't care. We will sell them shit. Fucking poop.
It's all anyone's
Oh, we're about to lose the fucking time detector. God damn it. Damn it! Oh well. We'll be alright.
Say, is that the,
What's with that weird bird effigy?
It's the annual Phoenix ceremony. It symbolizes the collapse of civilization from which the Ark Society emerges unscathed and triumphant.
Ah, rebirth. I get it.
Yeah.
Unbirth. I get it. Afterbirth. I get it.
Cordoned off from us lower, upper class.
Oh, is that a... Oh, shit. Why don't I go see my ophthalmologist? I could be wading through tokens, wouldn't he?
Yeah, man, you gotta go see your ophthalmologist.
Wow.
I gave him a token. I felt bad for the guy.
Stuff around here. Come on.
I felt bad for the guy, you know. Hey, look, we're back where we started. Where we shot those guys. Just gonna have to have our illegal gun. Is that person drinking water? No, they're having a little snack or something. They're not wearing glasses. Damn it. I don't think that's them. All right. But he is taking a little sippy. Yep, Sam.
Good job, 47. You eliminated the leader. Get back to the safe house. I'll be in touch.
That was him. That was him. Oh shit.
Right over there! Glenn!
Jump. Not actually, but like.
Jane! Get ready. We've got trouble.
Yeah, we do. We got trouble, and it's me. I'm the trouble. I'm the trouble, bitch. Yeah, if they cross me, I'm gonna have to hit them with the Napoleon blown apart. You feel me? Oh, dude, I could totally just throw it in all those guards right there. I can't do it. Oh, the temptation's so strong. It would cost me so much money, though. Holy. Gotta get away from them. That guy, maybe. Hold on. Idea.
What was that?
Huh?
Whatever, bro. We'll just run past him. I'm sure it'll be fine.
You gotta be kidding me. Okay.
Got some strange noises here. Looking into it. Over.
Not like here, though, right? Yeah, they meant like here. Yeah, fuck it. Blow him up. I was too far away. You know what? Just run.
Are you with the security team? Hang on.
Well, that's what I heard anyway. They basically only want to keep the outside shell of the task force.
Yeah, we coolin'. Campaign completed. Campaign completed.
Impressive, 47. You have single-handedly managed to defeat an entire network of syndicates. You are truly making a difference.
Thank you. Thanks, Diana. The cheeseburger achievement is yet. This is mine. Melon Man. Melon moment. I say we check in on our monster ranch. After we look at
I'm impressed, 47. You have taken down 4 connecting syndicates. This is a major blow and a clear signal that no one is safe. So take some time off. You deserve it. Let me know when you're ready for your next assignment.
ICA 19 Silver Baller. Campaign 1 bonus. Campaign bonus. Campaign bonus. $30K dollar. And we got a sicker. It's gonna be the next campaign. I guess we'll pick that next time. Let's switch over to some Monster Rancher. How's about it? Un momento. Ba, ba, ba. Monster Rancher 2. Switch this up. Switch it out. Switch it up. My controller is so charged. It is so ready. Or so I've been told. Doesn't super seem to be connecting right now. Ow. Hold on. This is the gaming experience. We are soon to be gaming. And it does not recognize a controller. Okay, now it does. Okay, we're good. Once again, I have this game, and so I can play it, and it's fine. Yes, yes. We all nod in agreement. File could not be loaded from playlist. Excuse me. Pretty sure it fucking can, actually. Excuse me? Excuse me? Do I have to connect my network drive? Yes, that would be the case. Alrighty. Alright. Here we are. Tecmo. Tecmo Gamer. Monster Rancher 2. A little loud. Let's drop it about 6 degrees. There we go. Oh yeah, let me tweet out that I'm playing this game. Dennis. He's a 2-month-old. Let Dennis rest. So I kind of don't want another creature until I see a good return on Dennis. Yeah, enter Dennis. Dennis as well. Okay, let's battle. It's tourney week. Let's fucking get it, dude. Here we are at the official tournament. Grade E, young monsters gather in place with ambitions to be tomorrow's star. It's the time to start the official tournament. It's the first official tournament for us. I feel a bit nervous, but let's go for victory. Yeah. Dennis versus Oakley Man. Nah, bro, let Dennis do his thing. He don't need our advice. He won't even listen, honestly. They called Dennis a liar. Oakley Man. Man, he's giving us that shit look. Oh shit. Come on, Dennis. Dennis, he's whooping your ass already. Guys, Dennis might die. I don't have a lot of faith in Dennis, I'm gonna be real. Oh shit. Damn, Dennis. Y'all got to fight though. Come on. Yeah, spit in his face. Yeah, get him, Dennis. Oh, they're neck and neck. They're actually not. Oakley Man has a lot of health on Dennis, but they're running out of time. Oh, and they're running out of time, and that's it. That's time. It's overtime now. Oh, and Dennis is dead. Punch him right in the sclera. Dennis is dead. Oakley Man win. We'll be back, Oakley Man. Oakley Man won. Dennis got his ass whooped. Now it's Lone Star and Nats. And now Nats won. Now it's Leona Herrick's. Herrick's. Leon 1. Now it's Dennis and Nats. Now let's give Dennis some advice this time, because Dennis, you don't know what's going on. I mean, I don't really know what's going on, but I feel like I can maybe direct him a little bit better. Oh yeah, didn't this bunny, like, fart at us last time? Yeah, he farts. Oh, you gotta be close enough in order to do the attacks, I get it. That's what the little sliding bar is. Yeah, keep spitting in his face. Yeah. Dude, they hate Dennis. They're just booing him constantly. They hate his ass. Get him, Dennis. Come on, Dennis. Dennis is a spitter, but he's not a quitter. Oh, wait, the bunny's name is Guts? Because he farts? He uses his guts and his bowels as an attack. Dennis won. Yeah, Dennis had good advice this time. On-star hair kicks. Hair kicks won. Leon Oakley Man. Leon won. Dennis and hair kicks. Yeah, let's give Dennis some advice. He don't know what he's doing. Dennis don't know what the hell's going on. He's just an eyeball and a leg. Alright. All I know about Dennis is that he lies and that he is disloyal. He's doing foolery, see? He's a fool. Just foolery. Building up his guts. Oh wait, so the bunny's name wasn't Guts, it just says Guts right there. Dennis, you got to stop fooling around, man. Time up. We lost. Dennis just didn't have the guts. Hair kicks won. It's all just part of our training. Leon won. Nats and Oakley Man. So the thing's called Nats, not Guts. Oakley Man won. Dennis and Leon, let's go. Hey, don't wish me luck. Wish some luck to Dennis. Ow. Yeah, spit on them. It damages their morale when Dennis hits them with the spit. I guess since Dennis has a mouth and he eats, he just shits out of his little leg. He should have a shit attack. KO, dude. Get fucked. One. His little victory dance is just a jump and a wiggle. Dennis won. Lone Star and Oakley Man. Oakley Man won. Nats won. Dennis and Lone Star. I like how it asks if you want to give advice to your Dennis. Your Dennis. Not anyone else's. This is your Dennis. Wait, this is like another Dennis. This is like an evolved Dennis, and we're whooping its ass. We're ferocious. Yeah, whoop his ass. Angry Dennis! Anger! Yeah, get angry, Dennis! Yeah, spit on him. Get angry and spit on him. Yeah, get angry and spit on him, Dennis. Get angry and spit on him. Yeah, whoop his ass. Take your little shitter and just whoop him. That's his asshole on that leg right there. Got a mouth. He's got a shit somewhere. Ah, we win, right? We fucking win that. Yeah. Get fucked, dude. That was intense. Dennis won. Leon versus Nats. Leon won. Pepper Kicks versus Oakley Man. Oakley Man won. We have monsters whose scores are tied, so we now hold a tie-breaking match to determine the champion. Leon and Oakley Man. Oakley Man won. Oakley Man the winner. Hey, we did really good in like the late game. I learned a lot. Hey, we got some money. And we're becoming more famous. That's what's really important. Dennis is becoming famous, really. I can't say that we're becoming famous. It's Dennis. It's all about Dennis. Maynard? I think Dennis has learned a lesson. See, look. Dennis could not be a champion, but I think it did a good job. Praise it? Yes, absolutely. It seems pleased. Hell yeah, Dennis. Dennis, you deserve a treat. It's hungry. Hungry Dennis, guys. Hungry. Let's give it a treat. Dennis seems tired. Well, let Dennis rest. Hashtag let Dennis rest. Dennis is very well. Alright, let's do some training. Meditate. Harness your fucking key. Come on, Dennis. Success. It's as easy as that, folks. It's as easy as that. What's that sound? Is Dennis getting sick? Woo! Dennis seems well. Let's go to town. We're going to the town, aren't we? She asks. Yeah? You got a problem with that? Lab. Yes? How can I help you? I don't think we need this. Shrine. I'm child. a princess of this shrine. This is Maynard and this is Cole. We reproduce monsters using disc stones. But Maynard, you are already with your monster. Come back when you are... Okay. Oh, Maynard. Welcome. What would you like to do? Get. You already have a monster. Okay, you can only have one at once. Okay. Understood. Thank you. Go to the ranch. Let's go to the ranch. Let's do the very best to take care of our Dennis. Hashtag our Dennis. Alternatively, hashtag not my Dennis. Training. Let's take him. Let's have him swim. Dennis says, I want some rest next week. Yeah, sure. Sure, dude. Yeah, get it, Dennis. You big sperm. Success. Yeah, fish. Dennis is stressed out. We have to take care of it. Maynard, didn't you make a promise to Dennis that you'll give it a rest? I hope you consider that seriously. Dennis seems tired. Yeah, I'm doing it. Jeez. Damn, girl. Dennis as well. Let's take him to air entry school. I don't know this one. He's going to Monster College, basically. Oh, Dennis. Oh my god. Oh. Come on. Alright. Third time's the charm, Dennis. Come on. Okay. Maybe it's not. Okay. No. Can't win them all, Dennis. No, don't... Stop doing that, Dennis. Don't scold, Dennis. Yeah, let's rest our Dennis. Wish I could sleep for an entire week. That'd be cool. Dennis seems well. Begin dodging drill. Good shit, Dennis. Impressive. Success. Alright, it's battle time, right? He doesn't seem in good shape? Uh-oh. Well, then let's skip it. There's no use in just putting him out there and getting his ass whooped. Alright, you're starting to really burn through my finances here, Dennis, and I'm gonna start needing to see some return on you, even though you're my child. You have mail? Thank you. What's from? Look at this. Okay. No, we're not sending Dennis. Dennis is stressed. Stressed Dennis. Dennis has feelings that we need to account for if we're gonna be friends. Alright? Seems like he's having a goofy, good old time. I'll try not to get knocked out. Rookie Cup. A long autumn rain is pouring down here in the Colart Arena. Under this circumstance, Rookie Cup is about to start. Maynard, let's go for it. Maynard! Oakley Man, Lone Star, Dennis, and Harikix. Alright, Lontar won that one. Dennis and Harikix, let's go. Let's whoop some ass. Let us whoop some ass. Look at them stats. Looking good, Dennis. Just immediately starts spitting on him. Gross, dude. Dennis, you're nasty, boy. Nasty, dude. Ow! Dennis, you're a nasty boy. You're a nasty boy. Yeah, whoop him. They hate Dennis, dude. Bro. They hate Dennis's ass so much. Harikix had a splendid victory. We will now hold the consolation match. Dennis v. Oakley Man. Oh boy. Keep spitting, Dennis. Hope you got a wet mouth, boy. Oh! Damn. The chop. Get angry, Dennis. Get angry, Dennis. Oh my god, Dennis. You pathetic piece of shit. Dude, you need way more training, Dennis. They're whooping you. They're wiping the floor with you, Dennis. It's bad. Whoever kicks is the winner. We were not ready. Zero money. Yeah, we don't deserve any money for that. No. Yeah, we lost fame. Fuck. Dennis, downfall? Downfall of Dennis? The downfall? That's too bad, but I still think Dennis did a good job. Encourage it? Yeah. Absolutely. Dennis is trying his best. Dennis seems tired. Well, rest, Dennis. Rest. Rest. Oops. Rest, Dennis. Rest. Dennis as well. Alright, let's take him to errantry again. Yeah, puncher. Go, go, go. Go, Dennis, go. I believe in Dennis. Come on, Dennis. Come on, buddy. Get up that hill. He's always out of breath. New tech. New tech. New tech. Come on, come on. Yeah. Success. Ice quake. Uh-oh, Dennis. Come on, Dennis. Come on, Dennis. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, no, Dennis. Oh, Dennis. Failure. Come on. Oh, Dennis. He really is the Agent 47 of Monster Rancher 2. That's why they put him on the cover. Dennis has acquired a new technique. It seems pretty strong. Praise it? Yes. It seems pleased. Dennis seems pretty tired. Give it some rest. Sleepy Dennis. Which food do you want to give it this month? Animal feed. Enjoy, Dennis. Maynard, did you know the official tournament is at the end of this month? You have to prepare your Dennis to fight. Dennis is stressed out. We have to take care of it. Dennis depends on us too much. I guess we spoiled it. Dennis seems well. We gotta be mean to Dennis now. Run, Dennis. Run in the fucking snow. Cheat? Dennis cheated. Scolded. It seems very unwilling. Dennis seems tired. Well, too bad. You're gonna run until you stop cheating. Dennis says, I want some rest next week. No. Dennis, don't be willful. Huh? Success. Dennis seems tired. Alright, this week you can rest. Since you didn't cheat. Hey, the official tournament's happening. He seems to be in good shape. Dennis as well. Alright, let's do it. I need to see Dennis come out of one of these grade E matches, like actually winning, like at least second or first place. Before I start moving on to like grade D matches, I think. Here we are at the official tournament grade E. Young monsters gather in the place, with ambitions to be a tomorrow's star. It's time to start the official tournament. Maynard, let's win. Maynard! Dennis versus Juno Malo. What did I say? Juno Malo. Oh. Juno Mo. Juno Mo. Oh, we got new abilities. Check it out. I don't know what this one does. Telepathy? Holy. What the fuck, Dennis? Imagine Dennis hitting you with the telepathy. And spit. Twice. Yeah, fuck. Fuck you. Ow. Ow, fucking slap me. His telepathy move is kind of ass. It was very uneventful. Wait, but we won! Okay. I didn't think we did. Dennis won. Leon versus Nats. Alright, Leon won. Coinstar versus Oakley Man. Oakley Man won. Dennis versus Nats. You want to give Dennis advice during the battle? I would love to. That would be lovely. That would be lovely. Dennis versus Nats. This bunny farts at us, actually. Quite a bit. Well, we close the distance fast. Ooh. Damn, that does a lot of damage when it actually hits. Wow. Good. See you later, Nats. He didn't even get a chance to blast anal gas at us. That little rabbit really knows how to work a large intestine, let me tell you what. You should see him sometime. That ass can fart. Leon won. OnStar versus Juno Mole. Juno Mole won. Dennis versus Oakley Man. Alright, let's get it. Okay. Nice. It's a really good move. Damn, Dennis. Maybe it was worth sending you to college after all. Ease? What? What does that mean? Ease. Holy shit. Damn, he closed it in on the last second, man. That sucks. I'm gonna scold Dennis for fucking up. Alright. Let's get it. This is like fighting our cousin right now. Damn. I spit in his eye. I spit in his eye. Come on, Dennis. Ow. Ow. Yeah, fuck him up. One health. Holy shit, Dennis. I mean, I feel like Dennis should win that one for being so cool, but whatever. I just probably think that because he's my kid. Who I expect a certain percentage return on investment. All right, Dennis. Go out there and get your ass whooped again. Damn! Ow. Eyeball beam. Get fucked. KO. Whee! He does his little wiggle. He's just a big eyeball and a leg, so he's probably pooping out of his foot, folks. But he can whoop some ass with that foot, folks. I tell you what. So we get money from that. We didn't win. But we got some money. And we maybe at least repaired our fame. Oh, we're okay. We're actually a little bit better off than we were before. It's very good. It's very good. All right, chat. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Let me find someone to raid this time. Sam is doing Mario Monday stuff later. Is the plan. Actually, there's not that many people in, so I'm just gonna end it here. Anyways, catch y'all later. I can hear myself. Okay, peace out. Bye.